Hey guys, so Kanye is in the news once again. What else is new? If you guys can remember, nothing was happening for Adidas. People had really stopped wearing Adidas. As a matter of fact, it was one of those brands that people used to always say, oh, I don't want no Adidas. That's like they rated it as a non-influential sneaker. Although it was selling, but it wasn't a great cry for Adidas. There were other like Jordans out there. That was the brand that everybody wanted. And Adidas became popular when Ron DMC started to wear it. But before then, it was Jesse Owens who put that sneaker on the map when he ran in Berlin, Germany. And everybody saw the kind of sneakers that he had on, the clicks that he had on. It was Adidas. They ran out and got it. And when Jesse Owens ran, Black people were thought of as people who can achieve anything, lesser than. And Hitler went to the games just to see that Jesse Owens would be beaten, okay? Because when he went to Berlin, it was said that he was going to get his butt handed on a plate, okay? And he was going to be sent back to the US, beaten and disgraced. And Jesse won everything they threw at him. Hitler could not believe it, but moving fast forward from that, we get to Ron DMC, who started their group in 1982 in Hollis, Queens, a middle-class, predominantly African-American section of New York City, the borough of Queens. Ron DMC was managed by Russell Simmons, who is the brother of one of the co-founders. But when they started to wear Adidas in all the videos, and they wore the sneakers without any lacings, everybody copied the style. They wanted Adidas because they wanted to be fly. And then they wore these big gold chains and these rings, big gold rings, and their hats and the sneakers with no lacings. And it was just fresh. It was new. And the young man wanted to emulate Ron DMC. So they ran out and got these Adidases, right? These sneakers. And Adidas' sale went through the roof. Moving forward from that period to now we have Kanye. So the Adidas brand always appealed to the Black community because it was put on the map by Black faces, although it was a German company. And a little sidebar here, folks. The German brothers who started the company were a member of the Nazi Party. But getting back to Kanye, he joined the company. They made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And so he became the designer of all these sneakers that were selling through the roof. Made Adidas very rich, made Kanye a billionaire on paper. But what happened? Adidas broke that contract because they said they were pressured by the powers that be. Ari Emanuel told everybody to stop doing business with Kanye, and everybody followed suit because apparently when he speaks, people listen. So he's wielding power. And so Adidas decided to drop Kanye. So this is what I want to say. Adidas right now is losing a lot of money as a result because Kanye was the brain and the mastermind behind all of the designs with the Yeezy brand. And it was his vision. Nobody there knows what's in Kanye's mind in how he wants these sneakers to be. How he wants it to be is appealing to the Black community, or was appealing to the Black community. But now that he's gone, what Adidas put out and what they've decided to do is rebrand his sneakers. They're still going to put it out, but it's not going to have Yeezy brand on it. It's going to be their brand or logo. And let me tell you something. I don't see Black young men or women running out to get any Adidas that's branded by a German company with their German logo. Unless it's tied somehow to the Black community with maybe one of the big ballers, one of the basketballers, or one of the footballers, their name attached to it. Maybe that's what they're going to do. They're going to probably rebrand it with a German logo and then put a Black face on it. I think they figured since they have their core audience, their core buyers that those buyers are going to stay with them because they're going to put out Kanye's product in their own name. But that's just a lesson learned. To all those people with money out there, those athletes who get caught up in this partnership with these different companies. Remember, these companies are thinking long term. You're there just to make your quick $1 billion or $1 million, but they're thinking longevity, generations to come. When you're long dead and gone, and they're dead and gone, their companies will survive within their families, and their families and generations to come will reap the wealth that you built. That's called generational wealth. As Black people, we think short term. We just look at what's in front of us. These people are looking past that. Learn. But I don't think it's going to work because people already know the story. And really, if you examine it, they're stealing his creativity, his creative idea. And since they broke the contract, Kanye can take them to court. I don't hear Kanye talking about court, but Kanye have such a good case against Adidas because he was still locked into a contract with them when they broke the contract. You can sign off on a dotted line and break contracts left, right, and center in the U.S. without paying a price. And right now, Kanye can go into court and have them pay him a large sum of money. But the first issue of business is his creative idea that they're going to rebrand his product and put it out. To me, that's stealing. But I'm speaking from the outside looking in. I don't know what's in the contract. We don't know what's in the contract. We don't know how it was written. Maybe it was written where both parties can get out at any time without penalty. We don't know. So Adidas representatives have already put it out there, according to TMZ, that they're not going to compensate him for any product that they put out. His sneakers with their rebranding, he's not going to be paid for it moving forward in 2023 because they said it was contractually agreed. He signed off on it. But here's the thing. But before I move on, guys, don't forget to hit the notification bell and to hit the subscribe button. So Adidas, according to CBS News, they came out and they said they will still sell Kanye's Adidas sneakers, the Yeezy designs, just with a different name. They also stated that they can confirm that Adidas is the sole owner of all design rights related to existing product, as well as previous and new colorways under the partnership. Adidas Chief Financial Officer Harm Allmeyer said during the call, "We intend to make use of these rights as early as 2023. He also said going forward, we will leverage the existing inventory with exact plans being developed. So it sounds to me as if Kanye gave away all his rights. You know, like these new artists coming out in the music business, they sign away all their rights because they're so hungry to get on board and make their money. Sounds like if Kanye signed away all his creativity rights, as well as any future rights that has to do with his product that he himself came up with. It was his concept, his idea, and now he doesn't have a stake in those ideas. This German company, Adidas, owned all the rights to the sneakers that were developed under his name. So this is my understanding of that statement, that Adidas, come 2023, they're rolling out the product, the Yeezy line, they're going to rebrand under their own logo. And any product that's coming out, they will own. Also, if they come up with new concepts, who is to say that they will not come up with these new concepts under somebody else and they're going to label it like if it's a Yeezy product? It's all alleged, folks, but this is what my intuition is telling me, that it's not only going to be the sneakers that Kanye put out when he was with them, but it's going to be products that people will think Kanye came up with when he was with the company. but it might not be. How are we to know whether it was his idea or not his idea, his product that was rebranded? We would have no idea. It would be the okie doke, pulling the wool over our eyes, and they will pass it off as if it was a Kanye product when he was with the company. That's what I'm afraid of, that we will be buying stuff that's really knockoff. Concepts of what he had in mind when he was with a company, we won't know because it would not be under Kanye's logo. It's going to be under their logo. So we won't know if it's authentic Kanye's perception or if they got their own team working with sneakers that's similar to Kanye's, so they can keep rolling out these products for the next 50 years, and they will say, okay, these are the concepts that Kanye have. We're just rolling them out slowly. Every year we put out one or two, but it's all his ideas. The public won't have any proof that these are Kanye's concepts and ideas when he was with them. So I'm hoping that Kanye have something showing his ideas on paper. For instance, let's say he had 10 ideas that they legally own. So now that he's gone, they legally own these 10 ideas. No more, no less. And if they come up with any other product that they claim is a Yeezy product and Kanye doesn't have that on his paper, his paperwork, his signed documents with them, then he can go after them and sue them. Now they came out and they said that Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism, and this is why they're terminating their partnership with Kanye. Mind you, once again, the founders were in the Nazi party, okay? Exterminating Jews. So I was just curious about the deal that Kanye had with Adidas. So I looked it up under Google Newsfeed. I plugged in his information and it came up. The answer came up. The type of deal that Kanye and Adidas had in place. And the deal that they had was that Kanye was licensing Adidas his trademark and intellectual property. So I took that to mean that Kanye gave them permission and allowed them to use his name. But did he permanently sign off that they can use it in future projects? Because I think once they got the license and the permission to use his name, that was in projects that they had done together as a unit. Kanye and Adidas at that time, and the products that were developed under the contract when Kanye was with the company, they can use his name then. But going forward, 2023, Kanye is no longer with them. So why would they still use his name on those products? That will be coming up in the future. I think that would be on a slippery slope of illegality, because if I give you license to use my name in 2022 and we're no longer together, we are separated, I'm no longer with your company, you can't use my name in 2023 because I'm no longer with you and that contract is over. But like I said before, I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know exactly what the contract says, but they claim they are in their legal rights to use all future products come 2023 because they have the legal right to do so. So moving forward, I think what Ye needs to do is to look past the cutting of ties with Adidas, because that's already done. He's got to now look in the future and look forward to suing their behind. And he needs to get adequate lawyers in place to sue these companies if indeed he had contracts still with them. I believe he had a contract with Adidas still. If those contracts were still in place, he's got to secure lawyers to sue every last one of them. So here's the footage of Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, expressing himself with the current situation that he's going through.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Right.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you. But the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I don't take no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone. Let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody. Right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me.
That's more important thing in life.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puppies, y'all Lil Boozies, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
So there you have it, folks. Kanye is going to continue to say whatever he wants to say, and we are hoping that he rebound, and I'm sure he will, because like I said before, he was the creative genius behind the Yeezy products at Adidas. So I'm sure he's got a lot more designs bottled up in his head. And so we're going to be seeing new product from Kanye. In terms of Adidas, saying that he's not going to make any profit off of the ones that they already have, the designs they already have. They're going to put it out and rebrand it for next year under their own logo. I don't know what type of legal rights Kanye have to them, because Adidas says they have proof that they're the sole owner of those rights. So we're going to see going forward if Kanye takes them to court. So Kanye called out Adidas for allegedly copying his designs as well as not giving him enough control over his products and not opening up Yeezy stores, among other grievances. All those grievances that Kanye had with Adidas, all he had to do was get a lawyer to read through the contract, and if they broke any part of the deal, then just take them to court, instead of being so angry in the news every day complaining about Adidas. You have to know your legal rights, and you have to move forward legally against these companies, because that's what they're going to do to you, meaning Kanye. If he was in violation of the contract, they would take him to court. So you have to reverse it and do the same thing to them instead of just bitching all the time. In the past, he had stated that he wanted to terminate his deal with the company and have Adidas pay him $2 billion in damages. In 2013, Kanye signed with Adidas. In June of 2016, Adidas and West announced they had extended their partnership, calling it a Yeezy brand entity, creating footwear, apparel, and accessories for all genders across the board, across street and sports. So although the full contract is not known, nobody knows the detail about the contract between Adidas and Kanye, but experts say some conclusions can be drawn about the partnership. So Jared Goldstein says, traditionally, in any type of licensing agreement, the brand Adidas would own 100% of the intellectual property. Goldstein further stated that Kanye does not have a leg to stand on because the creative control and the branding is 100% Adidas. So Kanye claimed that Adidas copied his brand and put out a fake Yeezy sneaker, and they called it Adelaide 22 Slide. And that's what I was thinking of in 2023. What they're going to do is put out a lot of fake products, and they're going to say that it was Kanye's idea, allegedly. Goldstein further stated they can't steal something they own. Well, it could be maybe that's why Kanye did not move forward in legal matters against Adidas. So, folks, even if Kanye does not have control over the Yeezy products that are out there on the market, because remember, because he signed away his rights to them, because due to licensing and the branding, etc., he signed over permission to Adidas to use those products, then he's got to give that part up and move forward. And he can still make a lot of money. All he's got to do is put out new designs and use his own name instead of using Adidas's name like they did with the Yeezys. He's got to put out his own. Name it something different. Now that his legal name is Yee, he can put out Yee sneakers, and beat Adidas at their own game. And he probably changed his name legally to Yee to rebrand himself and put out new product in 2023. And in doing so, he distanced himself from the Yeezy line that Adidas claim right to. They have a right to that. They own the Yeezy line. So he changed his name and said, okay, you can have Yeezy. I'm going to go on the Yee now. But folks, isn't it sad when you think about it that Black people are so creative, but we have always signed away all our rights to everything we have created. So YouTubers, we are going to keep our ears to the ground and see what Kanye West comes out with for 2023. I'm sure he's got a whole bunch of ideas ready for the market. And I know I am very anxious to see what he comes out with, his next line, his fashion line. Because trust and believe, he is going to bounce back and he might get bigger than ever. Instead of losing that 2 billion, he may gain 10 billion. YouTubers, I'm over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.